Many of you ask me, why Ireland? Why did I move to Ireland and how did I do this? And in this video I want to talk about the story of how I moved to Ireland and a few reasons why Ireland can be a great choice for you over other countries. I know that there are many countries out there, many options you can go for. Great opportunities, great nature, great climate, amazing countries where you want to live in. However, I want to tell you why I decided to go for Ireland specifically. Also, please make sure that if you move to another country or if you book a holiday or if you want to study a particular course, you do your research. It's very important to do your research because you'll know what to expect, because you'll be fully prepared, you'll be able to create a strategy of what you have to do, and you'll have much less stress if you do your research. And what happened to me was that I didn't do any research when I moved to Ireland. I didn't know much about Ireland, and unfortunately this wasn't the best thing that I did. Now, let me tell you the story of how I moved to Ireland, and at the end I will tell you a few reasons why to choose Ireland over other countries. Many years ago, probably about 5 years ago, I met my boyfriend in my home country. He was already living in Ireland at that time and I was living in Moldova. I was studying in the first year of the university in there. I was doing marketing. Yes, I even can't believe that I studied marketing for 1 year. After I finished my first year in the university, I really wanted to go abroad and spend the summer 2016 outside Moldova. I wanted to go to the US with a work and travel program. I'm not really sure if this work and travel program still exists. I know that it was prohibited and banned in Moldova because many people went to the US and stayed there illegally. It might still be going on in other countries of the world, however, I'm not really sure about this. So you could go there with a J1 visa, as far as I remember. Going to the US was very expensive for me, and also I needed to make the right documents. Then I thought that I can come to Ireland for the summertime and it would be much cheaper for me, firstly, and secondly, I'm an EU citizen, so I wouldn't have to do anything with my documents. I can just buy a ticket and fly wherever I want in the European Union. So finally I decided to choose Ireland over the US because of those two reasons, because of money and because of documents. I came to Ireland in May 2016 and I spent about 1 month looking for a job, enjoying myself, enjoying my time, taking a break after a very long and intense year, and I was surprised to see this beautiful nature. I was very surprised to see this city because it was something totally different for me, because I didn't used to travel much before 2016. But to be honest, I had no idea what to expect, again because I didn't do my research. I just came over to Ireland and I was hoping to find a job, and that's it. This is wrong. I had to check all the opportunities, to watch some videos, to read a few websites and to try to find out more, but I didn't do this, and it was a lot of stress and a lot of shock for me. And you know, I even didn't know that there is a specific Irish slang and Irish accent, so I had to learn the pronunciation again. And there are so many operations and so many things that are done differently in here compared to other countries, so I had to learn them as well, and that was extremely difficult for me and my mental health. And also for you to be fully prepared if you want to come to visit Ireland or move here, make sure you do check one of my videos where I talk about the Irish slang. I'm gonna leave a link somewhere on the top or in the description. It's going to be very helpful for you, believe me. A month after I came to Ireland, I found a job, and I was very lucky. I found a job in Burger King. I will tell you how it happened. So I went to Burger King just to eat something, just to eat a burger, and I saw a few people completing some kind of forms, and I thought that maybe they are applying for jobs, and I approached the manager and I asked him if they are hiring at the moment, and he told me yes. So I had the job interview the same day. That was Burger King in the city center on O'Connell Street, and I know that they are permanently hiring, so if you're desperate to find a job, you can try to bring your CV to that place to Burger King on O'Connell Street in the city center. A few days later, I received a call from the manager. I was offered the job and I was extremely happy because I almost used all my money resources and I needed money. And you know, it was a very difficult job, but I was really happy to at least find a job. I have a video where I talk about my whole experience in Ireland, so you can check it somewhere on the top or in the description to this video. It might be pretty interesting for you. A bit later that summer, I decided to apply to the university because I really wanted to get European studies and I thought that they were gonna be so amazing. They were absolutely ordinary studies, nothing too special, but I really enjoyed them. I was accepted to the university and I stayed. I wouldn't stay in Ireland if I wasn't accepted to the university because studying and education is very important for me. Cool, so this is the whole story of how I came and moved to Ireland. It was a lot of shock for me, a lot of cultural shock. It took me, I think, about 2 years to get properly adapted to this country, to properly learn the language, to meet new people, to enjoy my life, to understand what's actually going on in my life. And you know, those 2 years, they were extremely difficult, but I'm happy because now I feel much better. And make sure you do your research before you move somewhere or before you study something or before you go to a holiday. It's very important because this is how you will know what to do, you'll reduce your stress and you'll find some tiny little important information for you. Cool, and before I'm gonna tell you the reasons why to choose Ireland over other countries, make sure you do subscribe to my channel because I try to bring a lot of useful information to you. And now in terms of reasons to why you should choose Ireland, please, before I tell you why, make sure you understand that this is my personal opinion. This is my experience and this is how I see things. And some of those things might not apply to you or might apply to you from a different point of view. So make sure you are very critical when you're listening to someone. Try to apply all those things to yourself and to your situation and to your experience, expectations and goals. The first thing is English language. We all study English language at school, and again, not all of us, but the majority of us, we do study English at school. And for me, it's very important to be able to properly talk to people, to properly be understood, to properly understand everyone, you know. And even with the fact that my English is okay, when I came to Ireland, I already had the TOEFL exam passed and my English level was pretty fine. And I think, what would happen if I had to learn the fourth language, like German, Italian, French language? This would be extremely difficult for me. I would struggle a lot, I would have a lot of stress to be able to understand people, and I know that it's not easy at all to learn another language from the scratch. Another thing is that Ireland is in the EU, so if you have an EU citizenship, it might be amazing for you because you can just buy a ticket and come over to Ireland. You don't have to do any documents, no one requires you to do absolutely anything, you're free to go to whatever European country you want to go to. Also, if you speak English, you might think about going to countries that speak English in the world, and you will have to choose between the UK, between Ireland, the US, Canada and Australia. And first of all, the UK, it's a bit of a confusing topic because of Brexit. Then if I talk about the US, it's very difficult to get to the US, and even if you go there with, let's say, a work permit, you have to demonstrate that you're an exceptional person, that they really need you in there. If you go there with a study visa, then it's extremely important to pay for the education in the US. In terms of Canada, Canada is a very cold country and you might have to learn French as well. And in terms of Australia, Australia is an amazing country that I really want to visit, but it's located really far away from Europe. So it might be very difficult for you to fly over to Australia and back to your home country, especially if you really love your relatives. So the best option and the easiest option to go to is Ireland because it's in the EU, it's easier to get to Ireland. The climate is also pretty mild as well. Looks like this is one of the best options you can choose. The third point is affordable education. Yes, compared to the US and even some UK universities, the education is much more affordable in Ireland compared to some other countries. And obviously you'll have to spend a bit less money on your education and still get a really high level of education. And the last point is that the law is respected. It's not unique to Ireland at all, but in my situation it's something very, very important, because I come from a country where people aren't respected, where salaries aren't paid on time, from a very corrupt country, and I can feel the difference in here. I can feel that I'm respected, my time is respected at work, I can refund anything, I can bring everything back if I need to, and as long as it's provided by the law, I will be respected, and this is something that I really enjoy. Cool guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope that I explained to you why it's very important to make your research before you go somewhere or before you do something, because it will really help you a lot, especially now when we have the internet, when we have so many people talking about all sorts of different topics, and I'm sure that from now on you and me will do our research before doing something or going somewhere. Please make sure to give this video a like, to subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you check my Patreon account. The link is in the description to this video, and also I will leave a lot of important links in the description, so make sure you check it. Thanks for watching me, and I will see you in my next one.